It was very sexy for about the first 3 or 4 takes. Kat might have done 14, 15 takes, and Halle was just drowning.
It's true.
Hi, Kat. Hi, Will. I'm Anna. It's so nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure, Anna. Hello.
You, me, and Tuscany, it was such a fun watch. You can just giggle and swoon your way just right through the movie. What was it that made you want to make this movie?
For me, it always starts with the script. And I read a lot of rom-coms, and a lot of them are people talking, and this had an action and an energy and a pace to it that was so exciting. It's also really, really funny. And I think for romance to land, you gotta have real humor and big laughs. And it also felt like a theatrical experience right from the get-go. Like you could feel that it was just asking you to make it big and give landscapes and give chemistry off the charts. And, I was so excited when I read it, and it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Watching the movie, it feels what I imagine a girl's trip to Tuscany feels like.
There you go.
Was that your intention?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I will tell you, I made a movie called Girls Trip, and in that, the energy was very much about finding yourself and having fun and letting loose. And, sometimes you can only do that when you're away from home, when you're in an environment where you don't know anybody and no one knows you. And so there's certainly that aspect of it. So I love that it felt like that for you. I think audiences will agree. It feels like a fun trip, a fun journey. What I'll say also is that it's a trip of discovery. And that is something that Kat and I spoke about a lot. How do we make sure that this character of Anna, played brilliantly by Halle Bailey, that she's discovering not just, a great guy, a handsome guy who looks good with his shirt off in a vineyard, but also she's discovering a brand new culture that she doesn't know. She's discovering the Tuscan hillsides and vineyards and the beauty of the Italian people. But most importantly, she's also discovering a love of herself. And it requires her to take this trip, to take this leap of faith in order to reconnect with what's really important to her.
Speaking of the Tuscan hillside, how much was actually filmed on site, and what was one of your favorite sets?
Oh, it was all real.
No CGI, no AI. We were right there.
Right there. I mean,
Yes.
I remember editing and feeling like, oh no, it's too beautiful. People are going to think it's fake, but it's all real. And, being inspired every day by the Tuscan countryside was a huge motivator in making this movie, because I would wake up and see a sunrise and call my DP and be like, you have to shoot this right now. We need this sunrise. And driving on the way to work, I'd see a vista and kind of go, we have to put a scene there because people need to see this. I think of this movie as a vacation. Not everyone can jump on a plane and go to Tuscany like Anna does, but you can all go to the theater and see this and go on a little mini vacation.
The ways of rolling barrels. Was that inspired by an actual event? And can you tell us more about the logistics of filming that scene?
Oh boy.
How much fun was it shooting that scene, Kat? Do tell.
Oh man, that was, it was a really intense scene to film because we filmed the whole thing in one day. It is a real thing. A lot of our background actors who are rolling the other barrels actually do this. It's, there's the Palio in Siena, and there's cheese wheel rolling competitions all over Italy. And some towns have historical barrel races that came from the medieval times when men would push barrels of wine from the town to the vineyard. And so it has this deep tradition, and we really wanted to honor it. And it's funny and it's goofy and it's sexy, but it's also authentic, and it gives people a little peek into a piece of Italian culture that they definitely didn't know about before.
I definitely didn't. I had no idea it was a real thing until this movie. We also shot it on one of the hottest days of the year. It was definitely a tough scene. The sweat was real that you saw on those guys rolling those barrels that day.
And by the way, Regé-Jean Page and Lorenzo de Moor are pretty good barrel racers. They might have a future in that sport.
They took it very seriously.
Good to know. And whose great idea was it to use both Halle's and Regé's musical talent, and who picked the song?
It's collaborative,
Collaboration.
Yeah, that's the great thing about filmmaking. And so we knew about Halle, and we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could get her even just a little bit to sing on camera, because she has a voice literally like an angel.
Angel.
I did not know that Regé could sing like that. I didn't know that he had such a great voice. We talked a lot about what is a song that is a classic, that has great energy, but also a great theme. And Let Me Love You, the classic R&B song that we chose, is all about loving a woman and all about how a woman deserves to be loved. And so we really latched on to the fact that thematically that was perfect for our relationship between Regé and Halle.
But it's funny because it definitely did come originally from like, how do we sneak a little singing into this movie? Because I love music in movies. And I love when actors sing on camera. There's something so, visceral, and it doesn't hurt when they're amazing like these guys.
You've also got a lot of comedic moments in this movie. Was there a scene that looks very fun, but wasn't fun filming at all? Like that was quite challenging?
Honestly, it was all fun. I mean, collaborating with this guy is always fun. Everything is a conversation. We just sit there and crack ourselves up, which I always think is a great measure of comedy. Like if you're ruining the take because you're laughing, it's going to be good.
Yes.
So I look at this movie and I hope that it brings joy to the world, and I know that it brought joy to us while we were making it.
And did you have, like you personally, did you have any connection to Italy before making this movie?
Yeah, my family's Italian American. I've traveled to Italy many times. I actually made a micro-budget indie at the beginning of my career that was set in on a little island off the coast of Naples called Ischia. So I'm always trying to get to Italy.
This is my first time. I was like a lot of the audience where I had always wanted to go and visit Tuscany, but hadn't done it, hadn't, found the time or the reason. And this movie gave me the perfect excuse. And now that I've been, I can't wait to go back.
If given the chance, who of you would actually want to run a vineyard?
Oh, who wouldn't? I mean, that's a dream. I don't know if I'm built to run a vineyard because I like wine. So they would say to me, Will, you can't drink all the wine. You have to sell it. And I wouldn't understand that. So I don't know if I'm really built for a vineyard, but I like the concept of it.
You definitely go to these vineyards. We're at one right now, and the one we shot in Tuscany, and you go, I can't believe people live like this.
Yeah.
Because it's like such a peaceful, I don't know, like beautiful existence.
You become one with nature because you have to, because you are, taking care of the land and the land is taking care of you. So that's a great relationship that you have with the earth that you don't have in, like, say, a big city. It's very peaceful.
Yeah, and there's a lot of responsibility. Like, the vines are very persnickety. You have to take care of them perfectly. Even when we did our sprinkler scene, we had a very set amount of time we could get water on the leaves, and, and it made me think, man, they really, they know what they're doing, these guys.
You asked about a scene that was fun, but maybe was kind of hard. Well, let me tell you about Kat Coiro, our amazing director. That vineyard scene she's talking about, it is very sexy on film, but she used real water. She is not somebody that believes in a lot of AI or CGI, and she drenched those actors. So it was very sexy for about the first 3 or 4 takes. Kat might have done 14, 15 takes, and Halle was just drowning.
It's true.
Lashes were coming off, and we had to keep drying her and her hair. And so I was laughing, but I don't know that the actors were, because that was actually probably a harder scene than it looked.
See, I block all these things out. To me, it's all rosy, but it's true. But to be fair, I did test out the sprinklers before I made them do it.
She did. That is one thing. She did it herself. You went in yourself and allowed yourself to get drenched by this. How many directors would do that?
It was fun. It was fun. But I did feel like I was torturing Halle.
A little bit. She waterboarded her lead actress a little bit.
It was so much fun talking to you. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you. Bye now.